Hi, if you're watching this video, that probably means you need help. Let me explain exactly what you should be doing in order for us to help you the fastest with remote control. The first thing is that you're going to have to use your web page and go to policypak.com/help. Okay, let me show you. You're probably on that page right now, looking at this very video. Okay, what you're going to do is download our version of TeamViewer. Okay, and you're going to get it running on the machine here that has the GPMC. Okay, this is the GPMC, and this is going to be TeamViewer, and you're going to run it. But there's a little bit more to it than that. So this is the first thing. Let's just see it running. Okay, here you go. PolicyPak Quick Control. When we ask you, we're going to ask you for your ID and password. Okay, hang tight. This is part one. Part two, and this machine is the machine that you can create and edit group policy objects from. Chances are we're going to want to take a look at your configuration and see what you're doing or see what you're not doing. This is probably the first step on our journey, or understand your licensing or whatever. This is usually where we start. But then the second part is, how do we see the endpoint, the machine you're having problems with? Now, if you have some already pre-configured, ready to go remote control way from your machine here to see the endpoint, the computer with the problem, that's great. But chances are you don't. So if you don't, you're going to need to figure out a way from this machine, the machine with the GPMC on it, to RDP into the endpoint machine. So if I was to go to RDP here for remote desktop connection, and this machine's address is 192.168.3.100, what's going to happen is that I'm going to get a whole lot of nothing because I haven't done a couple of things. First, the firewall is on, the holes aren't poked through, and RDP isn't turned on or enabled on the endpoint. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You have to get, in other words, we got to see what the problem is on that endpoint machine. And if we can't see it from your machine, you can't be running TeamViewer in two machines. So here's what you need to do. First thing is you probably want to turn off the, whoops, let me fix that from a group policy perspective here. Okay, I have a little right there to kill the control panel. So what I want to first do is I want to drop the Windows firewall or poke the required holes through the firewall. Second thing I need to do is to make sure that I can accept RDP connections from this endpoint machine. So again, first things first, let me right click and go to the firewall settings, and in firewall land, just for now, I'm going to turn off the Windows firewall, okay? Just so I can make sure that from my machine with the GPMC, I can remote control into this machine. That's step one. Step two is I'm going to go to System. I'm going to go to System Info, Advanced Settings. Okay. And I'm going to go to Remote. And I want to select users that can remote in. And I'm going to add in either the person or the or everyone. So if I were to click Advanced here, I can pick Find Now and click Domain Users. Okay, Domain Users or Domain Admins or whoever. Actually, you probably want to, you actually do need domain users because you want to be logged in as the person who's having the problem. So there we go. I've got domain users in there. All right, and let's go ahead and try again. So now from your machine with the GPMC, let's go ahead and see if we can get to, yep, there we go. Now we want to try to, in fact, let's go ahead and log off here and not have anybody logged on. So we'll go ahead and sign out. Okay, so now we're signed out. Now we're going to test to see, let's go ahead and retry to get into that endpoint machine. Whoops, retry to get into that endpoint machine. And more choices, and we'll go to, now we're going to test log on as the user having the problem. So East Sales User 1 with the password, and yes. And here we go. So this is the point. The point is that now when we come in with TeamViewer, we're going to be able to see two things. We'll be able to see your GPMC and be able to make configuration changes here, and we'll be able to see results on the endpoint using RDP, or if you have some other way to remote control into the endpoint, that's great too. But we have to see the problem as the end user that's having the issue. We also very routinely need to check out logs and stuff like that, so you'll need to make sure that we can drive. And the best way to do that is to use our version of TeamViewer, because we can do that on your machine. So that's how to get prepared for us to help you through a remote troubleshooting session, and looking forward to helping you out soon. Thanks so much.